Yes, everybody, hope you are all doing well. We are back with another show today. We just not on dinner show, and we've got another guest on today. Big up to Quasi for coming on the channel today. He does, in fact, have a channel. Do you want to introduce you, mate? Introduce yourself, mate. And I hope you also are. Hope you're also doing well, my friend.
Thank you so much, React, for bringing me on. Yes, I do have Crazy Ball TV on YouTube. You could find me on X, IG, maybe TikTok. I don't put too much on TikTok, but yeah, I have a show channel that I try to get it maybe four to five times a week. So big up to all of you guys in the building, and please, just smash the like. That's all. Even if you don't like us, just
Yeah,
smash the
man.
like.
Yeah, smash the likes, and I've just pinned it in the comments as well. So
Thank you so much.
yes, if you're watching back on the replay, guys, which I know a lot of people do, make sure you drop him a sub, man, because he's on the road to 1,000. So every Liverpool content creator, man, we support him. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everyone's one of our own, and we're all in this mad YouTube grind together,
It's crazy.
all trying to make it to wherever our destinations are, and stuff like that. And and obviously, we've been trying to schedule this show together, and obviously we managed to get it, man. And because I've been, obviously, like I said to you backstage, I've been watching you for a bit now. So because obviously I was a fan of you before I even
Thank you
did
so much.
before I did content, man. I was like 14, 15-year-old me watching you and ends on like streams and stuff. And like now to like have you on a stream, like it's quite good, man. It's quite good. I can't lie.
Thank you, man. It's this thing is fun. It can also be stressful sometimes, and it's how you make it. If it's just taking care of your passion. I always tell people mental health first. Football is
100%.
an escape, but sometimes it could put you in a very dark place. And Liverpool fans, we know we've been in the dark for, as you can see, the guy behind me. But thank you, Footy, for inviting me. Next time I want you on my show. You've seen how crazy we get sometimes. It mirrors a barbershop conversation, right? Football, that's some people do it at the what they call it at the at the pub. We do hours in the barbershop, and the whole vibe is about just having people to express themselves respectfully.
Yeah.
And sometimes it get out of hand, but it's just everybody. And the cool thing is like all the people that come on my show, most of them have their own channels. So we agree and disagree, and in the backside, if somebody went too far, they'll like, hey, I'm sorry, man, I went too far on this one. But it's all mostly in good fun, and it's okay to disagree. And I know that these days, social media, if you disagree with somebody, it's like committed a cardinal sin, So, but yeah, man, thank you for the subs. And I've seen a few subs already. I think it's Ken Fletch. If I'm yes, Captain Fletch. Big up to yourself, man. Thank you. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, big up to Zia as well.
And
man.
Zia too. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Yeah, bless her, bless her. Make sure everyone subscribe to Quasi, man. And guys, I'm also 2 subs away from 2.5K. So
what? Big up, guys. Let's get it done, man. And the funny thing is, when I get to 1K, a little backstory. Irishman. I don't know if you guys know him. Alfred Irishman. He has a whole production about me, and this has to be live. Where have you seen the hot sauce challenge? There's a guy on YouTube who does interview with celebrities, and they have chicken, and I'm gonna do one of those. And the reason why is because they don't believe in my sources, right? Me and my sources. And I haven't been wrong technically. It's just a delay. I believe that Musiala should have come to Liverpool. But we end up getting his other brethren, which is Verts. There's a reason why Verts didn't go to Bayern, because that guy over there is a whole different kind of beast, right? So I've been promoting Musiala to Liverpool for about almost 2 years. And that's the only one that has eluded me. So technically, if you do the math, it's just 1%. So 1% could be just one chicken hot sauce. We don't know which hot sauce it is. That will depend on the people from the chat, the community, to decide which. It could be a California, what's it called, Carolina Reaper, or one of them crazy hot sauces. So people please send it to 1,000.
Yeah, we want to see that live and direct chat. So make sure we get that happening.
Big up to Benjamin too.
Yeah, big up to everyone that's subscribing, man.
All right, yeah, thank you so much, man.
Yeah, and obviously we was chatting backstage, obviously, about just like briefly about how I thought it'd be a good debate to have a talk about Slot. He's the main thing right now.
Yeah,
and obviously I've seen loads of flip-flop content creators saying, "Oh yeah, I'm Slot." I'm not going to mention names. That's not for me to do on the show. But I've seen a few content creators that will be like, "Oh yeah, I'm Slot back in there." He's changed my mind. We're 5 games unbeaten, etc. And obviously, I'd be intrigued to hear what your thoughts are on our Slot right now. Are you still Slot out? Like, how do you feel about the whole situation? Is he anywhere close to changing your mind?
No. You see, I guess again, where's my? I don't know if you could see me. I'm working on my green screen, but the guy behind me, if you guys could see him, the backstory was before we went in the international break, the break before the Man U match, I made it clear I was in support of him and the team. Understand the dynamics of a brand new squad. He's working to gel. We are winning, 5 matches. And then a couple of losses here started showing. I was like, I'm all right with the manager for a while. But before we went to that international break, I made it clear: if we drop points, it wasn't even has to be a loss. It's anything that resemble as dropping points to Manchester United at Anfield, especially if we don't pull up a performance. I'm going through the dark side. And guess what? They did not disappoint me, and I've been on the dark side since. So this is for me to come back to the light. I would like to see Virgil van Dijk lifting a trophy. And that trophy has to be either EPL, as you can see, is very dark with the EPL, or the Champions League for me to come back to the light. So however they do it, and that's why right now I'm looking at Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards and said, I don't care however they do it. Until that happens, I'm still in the dark side. Now, I am a Liverpool fan, so I'm not going to go every day or every week lose so we can fire the manager. No. I'm going to support the club because I'm always the club first. I'm Liverpool FC, no player or manager FC. And then we shall see what goes into the end of the, So I'm not going to be like, every week I'll give him a pass. No. He had 500 million to spend. So I'm not going to just one win. And even if I'm going to do the win thing, how many games have we lost on the bounce?
To be honest, we went lost 4 on the bounce. We then won 1, lost a couple on the bounce again. We've done our worst form since 1953. Not even my granddad has seen that. Like that's how bad it is. And my granddad's like 71. So like, let alone forget me. Like not even my granddad has seen Liverpool this bad in terms of just loss after loss.
Yeah,
it's like. You know what? The one thing that really, did my head in with the whole slot in, slot out, is there's no right or wrong answers. Everyone's entitled to an opinion on how they feel about the manager.
Correct.
And to be honest, it took me a while to be slot out. I was slot out after Forest. I'm not sure about when exactly where you was like, yes,
Man
U, yeah. And it's like, for me, I gave it to a Forest. I probably should have said it a bit earlier.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to, I don't know what it is. I feel like I fell into the trap of, he won me the league type thing. And
Which
then
is fair.
I sat back and, evaluated it and I just thought, this ain't changing anytime soon. And what's to say any moment right now in the run that we are, yes, we are 5 games unbeaten.
Mm-hmm.
But I've got a feeling any moment right now it could all explode again.
You are not wrong. See, this is the thing that a lot of us are upset with Mo Salah. If Mo Salah had kept his mouth shut, I think he would have come in sooner than later. When Mo Salah opened his mouth, the hierarchy was like, we can't give player power.
Yep.
Unless it was so bad behind the scene that they were like, okay, he has to go. But right now, this is a corporate decision, right? It is a power. People have to look at it beside the football side. Now look at it in the background. That's what they call the front office, right? In any corporate settings, if things goes bad with the CEO, they don't care how much money the CEO made them last month. If the following month they're going to free fall, the board of directors sit down, assess the situation, and say, okay, who are the culprit? Right now, it's Mo Salah and him. Okay, one or both of them has to go, and one of them is going to make one is going to have to do the what they call the ugly work or be the bad guy, and then eventually let the next one go. Unless the other one is such a value to the club that they'll be like, economically, we can't let this one go. Now, Mo Salah was Liverpool. Mo Salah himself is a whole economy, especially on the Far East, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, you want to keep him and make more money off him. But then he went and disrespected the club, right? He had the right to be frustrated because he's a superstar and he wants to play. If he had kept it out there would have been debates. People would be like, "Are you having played well? What makes you think that you are entitled to play?" You know, that debate would have been just that about football. But when he said somebody at the club is trying to push me out and everything I've done for the club and that's what everybody was like, ah. And I'm pretty sure in Boston they made a call to Edwards right away and said, "What was that?" So
yeah,
I'm out until we win a major trophy. So I've given you so in case where we talking and you start seeing me supporting certain things that he's doing, it doesn't mean I want him to stay. I'm just going based by match, what do they call it? Match to match basis, right? You can't just put it all together because it won't make sense. But at the end of the day, or at the end of the year, all of us who have work, you get assessed by somebody. Your 30-day assessment, your 90-day assessment, your 6 months assessment, we're going to assess it. If it 400 million or 450 million pounds does not equate a major trophy, brother, you can't stay.
Yeah, no, you're facts, and that's how I evaluated Slot. For me, I always took it by game. I never gave him deadlines or anything like that.
Yeah.
Because, 1 minute we can get slapped 3-4-0, and then we could maybe win 1-0 and still not be perfect or great. So, for me to become Slot back in, you have to get me Champions League football as a minimum. That's the bare minimum I always ask and command. And I sat and thought, I don't know if an FA Cup would still be enough. Because, I think FA Cup, maybe a UCL semi-final, would it interest me and get me back in again? Probably not, because I feel like the managers that are going to be available in the summer, I think Luis Enrique will have 1 year left. Xabi Alonso would be available. Nagelsmann would potentially be available after the World Cup. So we've got to pick up a couple of managers. And I think naturally my thoughts and opinions on the manager will naturally change because the managers are ultimately going to be available.
Yeah.
And I just got a feeling what the club will ultimately do. They're going to keep him to the end of the season, which is annoying because this season's still savable.
Yes.
You know, we can still win an FA Cup. I mean, this club should be winning FA Cup. The fact that we've only won 8 in our history is a joke. You know, Champions Leagues, we always have a chance. And you know what the maddest thing is, mate? Like, this title race wouldn't even be close if we had a quality manager.
Bro, we were about to win the league. I told people, you laugh. I said, if Liverpool is still ahead of the league up until West Ham, and we win that match. And I was looking at it based on West Ham was so poor, there was a possibility they were going to change their manager, which they did, and always get that manager bounced. If we beat West Ham, I would have got to be live on camera every day saying that the league is over. And right after I said that, I was like, they started going, this league is not competitive at all.
It's not.
It's not competitive. City is not. I'm hoping City win the league because there's no way on God's green planet that we should let Arsenal win the football. Will be dead if Arsenal win the league.
Call them that.
Football, we have to save. We enemy of my enemy becomes my friend. Football have to be saved. We can't let Arsenal win the league. They can come second. I don't care. But we can't let Arsenal win the league. And I believe that this league it's not that it's weak. It's just it's so competitive that it's not strong, if it even makes sense. Because people be like, well, back in the day, Manchester United was the only club with money. And then when Chelsea had money, Alex Ferguson could not win back to back like he used to. And then City got money, and then he was winning one every other couple years. And he didn't last after that. Then, he retired. So the league is more competitive if you compare it to before. There used to be just one dominant force. Now, even City with their dominance, I think City's dominance is the hardest dominance than the Manchester United one. Because guess what? They had to deal with clubs with more money now. Everybody has money. Sunderland spent more money than half of the top 6. That's unheard of, going back in history. But, coming back to this, man, imagine this. If we had won Sunderland and Leeds, we would have been right there. Like, I think it would have been 5 or 4 points between us and Arsenal.
It's so frustrating as well because, like, even if you count the other games, like Forest, I know we got dunked for 3, but if we had any somewhat remote of a quality manager, we don't lose 50% of these games. Like, if we actually had a quality manager from the start, I genuinely think we're not 10 points behind. We're 10 points minimum ahead. We would be so clear, and we'll be celebrating 21 already.
Okay, I'll give you City. We will lose to City. Maybe 1-0, 2-1, whatever. 3-1, 3-2, right? Everybody else, Liverpool should have beaten. Maybe you draw with Chelsea because the rivalry or whatever. Maybe. That's a stretch, and I'm stretching really, really hard. Other than that, you don't lose to Forest, Crystal Palace, Brentford. Who else? Like
even Brentford 3-2.
Man United. Oh my God.
That's the worst one for me, the Man United. They're so bad. Like, they're actually so diabolically bad. And it's like we lost to them.
It's so like embarrassing as a Liverpool fan to lose to Manchester United at Anfield. That makes no sense. Right there, that's a sackable offense. The fact that the team did not even 66 seconds. Oh my.
And then the set piece towards the end. Oh.
And they leave Kirkers by himself to go against 3 giants. No, you see, I'm at the point where certain players has to go.
I agree.
Virgil, I would take the captainship away from him. So
Facts.
Szoboszlai is right now. Well, Allison, but Allison likes to lead from behind the scenes, right? He's like the older brother of all of them. If Allison doesn't want it, they should go to Szoboszlai. Why? Because he's also a captain from Hungary. We got captains in the squad. A lot. Robo is a captain for what? Scotland. Even Bradley. But Virgil, I don't know what happened. At one point, he lost his cool. I think they got way too comfortable.
I've never rated him as a captain though, because I've always said
we're on the same page on that.
He's never. I even said it on Uncle Rod's show a couple of weeks ago, before this whole meltdown. I was like, for me, if it was up to me last season, I would have given Robertson the captaincy over Virgil van Dijk. The thing is with Virgil van Dijk is, one, sometimes he doesn't take accountability, especially in the interviews and on the pitch. He's not as loud as enough. And I feel like sometimes the players don't really listen to him as much as when a James Milner, a Jordan Henderson was on the pitch, as opposed to Virgil. He doesn't have that. I don't have to use.
You are not wrong. I'll even stretch it where, if there's some Messi lovers, they will get mad at me. Messi is not a captain. He ended up learning to become a better captain as he went on. But when they took it from Mascherano and gave it to him, that did not make sense to me. I'm not the type of person like, oh, give it to the best player.
Facts.
I'm not that kind of person. I like the person where when they walk in the room, he could be the worst player on the squad, and everybody respect that person. And they have something that you can quantify. Virgil is just the best player on the squad. So yeah, it looks good aesthetically. His structure, slick hair, best center back in the league, and he's the captain. But he doesn't have that leadership, je ne sais quoi, like Stephen G, captain, right? Henderson, captain. There's a reason why they all respected Henderson so much. And then Henderson's backup was Milner. He looks like the adult in the squad, right? The grown-ups in the squad. Trent and Virgil, it was I think it was a PR move that Jurgen Klopp pulled just to make the fans happy. It's nostalgic, it's vibes.
It was very PR-like. For me, Andrew Robertson should have been the captain. I think I don't even think this is even a mad one. I think genuinely, there's a bit of some breaking news coming.
Yeah, I just saw that.
Oh no!
Bad news, James, man. That brother. Until February.
Oh no!
I'm not seeing that.
Let me have a look.
Yeah, I'm looking on the Twitter X. I don't see.
If he's out till February, then yeah, just can we press end the season button now?
I'm not seeing that.
I've not seen that anywhere, to be fair. Let me type it in on. Let me see if I type it in, will it come up?
Yeah, what's the name? Florian Flex posted it, and people are asking if it's a joke.
To be fair, that's Anfield Papers. They chat. According to FootMob, they've got him out till early January.
I thought it's an ankle. Where did a hamstring come from?
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought he did his
Somebody step on his ankle. That's what
I thought it was an Achilles injury, as opposed to his hamstring.
James. No, James hasn't posted anything. I don't see anything on James Pierce.
Yeah, I think it's that. Do you know that Anfield Papers account? They
just be posting stuff.
Posting, because I've just seen it from Anfield Papers, and they always tend to post a lot of stuff that's not even true.
Yeah, okay. I don't. Yeah.
Clickbait
If he was injured, they would have announced it a long time ago.
Oh yeah, and I feel like my phone would have been.
Oh yeah, everybody would have heard it.
I can't lie. That was a bit of a.
But I don't want to hear bad news right now because they need to rest. They are on the roll. Like you were asking, if are we back? I mean, I said you didn't ask, but maybe we hear something later. But I say we are on our way back. I've seen some things that I'm liking, but we are not back. Far from back. We are so far back, man. Right now, take it as we are on a preseason tour right now.
You don't want to know why you're right that we're not back? Because I look at it, right, we're 5 games unbeaten, but there's massive amounts of context. West Ham are so bad. Like let's it's not like we've just rocked up to the Emirates and won.
Right.
Sunderland, if it wasn't for Federico Chiesa, Slot would have been sacked in the tunnel.
He should have pulled a muscle.
Leeds, we bottled and capitulated. So really, we're only 2 games unbeaten from good oppositions. Brighton in the Premier League and Inter Milan, which was a good professional performance. Which I compared both of those games to Aston Villa and Real Madrid.
Yes.
Against 2 good sides. And what happened after that? We ended up losing more and more games again. So that's why I can't be sucked back in. For me to be sucked back in terms of Liverpool back, go in with all the games at the end of this year and go and compete with Arsenal in early January. And then I can maybe talk about the conversation that Liverpool are quote back.
I mean,
how do you even define that we're back? Because not everyone is in the squad is playing well.
You call it, that's why I say 10 games on the bounce. That's why you could say we are back. We are in the top 4. We competing for some form of high level competition, right? And you are still in the Champions League. You're winning your matches. But if it's 1 win, 2 win, a draw, lose, nah, we're not back. It has to be consistent. When you are consistent, then you are back. So maybe we're on our way back. We have 5 games unbeaten. It's better than the other 5 games that we played. So we would take it as that, because we can't stay in the darkness forever, man. It's not fun. Can't see.
No.
Yeah,
I can't see.
I can't see. So like right now, I'm supporting the club. And I've seen like people in the chat saying that the 2 center backs was on a sabotage streak. I really want to know who put the fear of God in them, because you could tell they didn't want to play for the manager.
Yeah,
for a long period of time, you could tell they didn't want to play for the manager. So I want to know who put the fear of God in there. Is it Mo Salah said something where everybody was like, okay, bruh, we're not rocking with you, or somebody came from high up and said, y'all better get your act together or we will sell all of you guys. And I believe there's something behind the scenes that is bad. That whole Mo Salah thing, I believe, is over. I think there's more to it than just, can't play for Brighton. And he needs to buy a gold watch for Joey G, because I promise you, Joey G is not that injured. The fact that we still haven't heard what his injury was, I think he just went down and said, oh, okay, I'm doing this for Mo. And I was surprised he chose Mo instead of Isak. But yeah, I think there's more to it. But at this point, the way they're playing for the manager. So let's see what happens. Game by game. But if he doesn't win a big trophy, get him out.
Facts. Liverpool should always be winning trophies anyway.
That's it. That's the bare minimum.
It's like people always say, what you doing for me now type thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like for me, the way I look at it is like, even if you win me an FA Cup, Man United sacked Ten Hag after winning an FA Cup. How many, we've seen managers being sacked after FA Cups.
After major trophies.
What we can't become Arsenal, where Arne Slot has won as number 20, and then now it turns into a project or a time. Liverpool are the most successful team in England and should act like the most successful team in England and always have been. You could say we acted like that in the summer. We spent the money, 400 plus million. Now go and act like that in the summer. In the season, do you know?
Yeah.
And I think this is where I question a lot of the people at the club with their mentality.
Yeah.
I question Richard Hughes. I question Michael Edwards. Because the thing is, for me, when I look at it, is they're the people, they're part of the problem keeping this manager in the job.
I agree.
You know, they're what's their mentality saying? Are they just becoming more yes men? Do they want what's best for Liverpool? Are they seeing what we're seeing? And I feel like for me, that's where I think they've got egos because it's their man. They want their man to succeed. They don't want to be proven wrong by the fans.
Well, the question is, the people at the higher ups are asking what's going on. If they make a change, they'll be like, oh, so you make a mistake. And you know, people at the higher ups, they don't want to hear we made a mistake. 500 million and you made a mistake. If the hammer comes down, trust me, it doesn't just come down on Slot. There's a few people on top of Slot that it'll come down on. So they need to fix up. That's why I still believe that Mo Salah should have kept his mouth shut, sit on the bench, and get the new manager in. Or whoever is going to be the interim until we get. And I still believe that the manager they want is not available yet, even the interim one. Still, give it to Zizou and Stevie G, get the fans happy. You never know what could happen, and you go on the run. You may lose the league, but you could probably get the Champions League. Or you could go all the way to the semifinals in the Champions or the finals to the Champions League. But the list that you mentioned earlier about the managers, that's the list that I have. The only person I don't want is Nagelsmann. Nagelsmann, it's not that he's not a good manager. His defensive side of his management is lacking. It's been like that since he was in is it Hoffenheim? What's it?
Hoffenheim, yeah.
Hoffenheim. Very good going attacking, like beautiful, sexy football, kind of like Jurgen Klopp style of football, attack. But then when the ball get lumped over the team's head, they all like, if we have a problem with high press right now, imagine when he's in there. And two, a couple of the players won't fit his style. One being Isak. Isak is not a pressing demon. The person I want right now is Enrique.
Yeah. In
the summer, go to PSG, drop the bag. I will sacrifice one transfer signing for Enrique. We could get that transfer in the January or the year after. Get me Enrique. Because right now, what Liverpool needs is an adult manager, not a coach. The players don't need to be coached. The players just need to be managed properly with the tactics that they could understand. And you need a football brain. Slot is more of trying to teach players how to play. Right? He's a coach. He's not the manager.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So right now, Liverpool, I don't know why they did. Okay, I understand why they went a coach level, because they didn't want another powerful presence like Jurgen Klopp, and they just needed to take a breather for a little bit. I still believe that they were in the process of making him a manager, and things fell apart. Right? Somebody's asking if I like Alonso. I like Alonso, but I still feel like Alonso is one step not ready.
I agree.
I think he's there, but if you give it to Alonso, you have to give him 5 years and say, do exactly what Arsenal did. We don't care. Get us there. How long ever it takes. That's what you have to do with Alonso. Are Liverpool fans ready to do that after spending 450 million?
I don't think so. You know, the thing is with Alonso as well, if he gets the sacking, right, you have to think Alonso's 3 favorite clubs, Madrid, Bayern Munich, and Liverpool. If he gets the sack from Real Madrid, is he going to have the confidence to come into Liverpool? You know, he might want to go back to Leverkusen, rebuild a little bit, get his craft going again, then come to Liverpool, because he might want a bit of time out of management. You know, he's just won the Invincible, got the second for Madrid. He might want to take a bit of time, reassess things. I don't know if he's going to be mentally there. Nagelsmann, I feel like that's another manager where it's either going to go brilliantly or it's just going to hit the fan. And plus, he's not going to be able to leave until the World Cup. So it's going to be a bit of a shaky start. He's not going to get a proper pre-season, etc. So for me, it's going to be really interesting. I just hope we don't go down the Glasner, the Areolas.
Yeah.
Get me. We're the biggest club in England. We signed the best players. Get me the best manager, Luis Enrique. He's got 1 year left on his deal.
Paid.
Whatever you're going to pay on players, go and pay that for Luis Enrique. At least you know you're going to get a return.
Yeah.
You're going to get a return because this manager doesn't even need world-class players. He's gone into PSG. He bedded into the PSG project, won him a Champions League. Do you know how, like, God he's going to be looked up to because he won him a champs?
He wasn't there for the Liga. He was there for Champions League. And he's done something that no manager or players, superstars have done. Do people look? People, look at the list of players PSG has had. It rivals any top squad in the world. That play, I mean, Messi alone should tell you, right? Neymar, Mbappe, Ibra, Di Maria, Cavani. Like, center backs. I mean, the squad that they have, Dembele. I mean, the squad that they have had, and still it took Enrique to, and it's not like he did it in he's been there a year before they won, but still it took him actually 6 months. It's actually last year, January, when he got Dembele to buy into it. That's when the project, and then what's the name? Cavadona came in from Napoli. That's when he got everybody going. So he is a very good manager. And don't forget what he did at Barcelona.
Yes.
Replicated exactly what, what's the name? Pep Guardiola did. Won everything.
To win it.
Won everything that was available to win. So he's coming to Liverpool. See, this is the thing that people also have to understand. No manager in their right mind wants to come in for 6 months with the players that Liverpool has. They do not want to do 6 months and done. No, they want to stay minimum 18 months. Because the squad that Liverpool has is a very, very good squad. They just need maybe 2 or 3 players to finalize it.
I agree.
After that, this team should be unbeaten. All you need is just bring the youth in to join to supplement it, which is something that he did in PSG. So I don't think we should be able to. Alonso, Liverpool vibes. Nagelsmann, Jurgen Klopp vibes. Who else? Steven G vibes. Who else? Who? I mean, Don Ancelotti is in Brazil. He's not coming out anytime soon. Unless you get Pep Guardiola. Mourinho's, his time is past. Conte, hell no.
That's a name, De Zerbi. I mean...
see, this is the thing. This is the thing that people think that, because he's not a yes man. No, you work for somebody, you're a yes man. Conte is a yes man until he wins, and then he starts throwing his toys all around. He's been like that. He goes to a club, he's humble, he's quiet, he does everything the hierarchy wants him to do. As soon as he wins one trophy, all of a sudden, even if you don't give him his candy properly wrapped the way he wants it, all of a sudden he wants to leave. He's done it at Inter twice. He's done it at Juve. Napoli, right now, he's kicking it fast at Napoli. The only reason why he hasn't made too much noise because he could win it again.
And I also feel like with De Zerbi, I don't think he would pass the dickhead test. anyway. He just wouldn't. And I feel like I believe he fell out with the massive hierarchy at Brighton when it came to the transfer regards, because due to Caicedo, McAllister. Right. I know he fell out with a lot of them there. I feel like him and Michael Edwards is just a Jurgen Klopp versus Edwards 2.0.
Facts.
Ready to happen, a crash and burn. So for me, not De Zerbi. I do like his style of football. I just don't think it will suit how Liverpool, I just don't think it will suit Liverpool. And then you really are scraping at the bottom of the barrel with the likes of Glasner's, your Areolas, and it's like they're 50-50 shots. They're either going to sink or swim. And it's like we're in a massive predicament. And this is what I said a couple of weeks ago. I'm very concerned about the future of the club because the managers, only really Luis Enrique is the only realistic option that I would take. I'm looking at the long term on the pitch. I'm thinking, is this team going to get top 4? We've seen what happens when we miss out on top 4. We might have to sell some players. Will the owners reinvest again? We can't be for certain because after spending 400+ million, and if Arsenal, etc., go and win the league, they're going to get stronger. They're going to strengthen. We're going to fall behind and do the classic. And how do we know that we're going to get the players that we need? How do we know in January we're not going to do another Kabak, another, Ben Davies when we need a centre back? Because there's no proof in the pudding that we've actually done things more than once.
The academy is not looking good.
Yeah, the academy is not looking good. I've said it for years. Our academy, I think we produce quality. We do a lot of the academy players. We buy from other clubs anyway. Rio Ngamoa, Harvey Elliott, Fulham. Calvin Ramsey we got from Aberdeen.
Yeah.
When was the last time we actually produced an out-and-out academy kid that's actually doing really well?
Curtis Jones.
And that was years and years and years ago.
Yeah.
So it's very rare. A lot of the things are wrong right now at the club. And I feel like we're a ship with loads of holes in the ship. And we're just trying to fix them all at once. It's like we need to go back to basics. Go back to basics, get a couple of results on the board, and just get things moving. Then start implementing things into your team.
Yeah. I think this January they have to. They minimum of 2 players, right? I like the Semenyo one. I like the Gehin one. That could stabilize the squad right now. The manager has to come with a system that will get these guys. He could play at their strength. You can't play at their strength if you don't have a system, right? The players that you have is not the system he should be playing, which is the reason why we were losing. How do you have an Isak and an Ekitike and they can touch the ball 5 times? That makes no damn sense. So right now, I know people say center back is a problem. Center back is not the problem. Virgil and Konate are very, very good. It's the system that was exposing them. Now, do they make individual errors? Everybody does. Trust me. Saliba and Gabriel, especially Saliba. If you watch Saliba, he always makes one mistake every game, like a big mistake. Teams just don't take advantage of him. But we need somebody who could get our 250 million strikers going. Olise is one of them. Semenyo is one of them. If you could get them both in January, we better win the treble. Because if you have a good attack, your defense can relax a little bit. The only people who have to work hard is the midfield, which we have an engine, but we have McAllister struggling. So the manager have to believe in Curtis Jones and Wirtz, and then Szoboszlai and Gravenberch. McAllister should be the superstar coming off the bench.
Facts.
And right now, and also I'm going to say something. The 4-4-2 diamond is not sustainable. That's you putting all your best players in the game at once.
When you look at it from that perspective, you are correct because we don't know the extent of Szoboszlai's injury. We don't know the extent on Gomez. We don't know
Curtis
the extent,
is not fully fit. That's also
you
one
know.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And if, God forbid, Konate goes down, God forbid, another midfielder goes down, then we're looking at Trey Leone playing in this diamond.
That means Ramenberg has to play center back.
Yeah, and it's like we're gonna have to get Endo to bite down on the gum shield all over again.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Like, was it the 2020 season where everything went? All right. So yeah, 4-4-2 diamond. Yeah, it's good now to get us a little bit of confidence, but it's not sustainable. Eventually, you have to revert back to your 4-2-3-1 so that you have players on the bench to come on in to help. Now, you could still play 4-2-3-1 with Isak and Ekitike because Ekitike could be on the left side. But it's not the strikers that I'm worried about the strikers because we don't feed them enough. But the midfield is the engine that needs to be. We need to have enough support in the midfield because if that part goes, it's season over.
You want to know also why you are correct as well? It won't be long until someone figures out how to do it against us. And again, with the injuries as well. And plus, I don't even think we're that good in the diamond because the attack looks disconnected at many opportunities.
Because they don't know what to do with each other.
Exactly. And like the diamond, I feel like it's good in 1-off, 2-off games. If you're coming up against a team like a Brighton who's going to try and swarm your midfield, coming up against a Manchester City, like we did it last year, I think in those sort of games we have to. And also, if you're a player coming to this club, you want to know what the long term is. You don't want to be going into back to basics or, we're doing this because right now we're a sinking ship.
Right.
You want to know what is the actual plan with the style of football because you honestly would have told all the players in the summer, this is how we're going to play. This is the plan, da-da-da-da-da. Now they must be thinking, what have I signed up for? Do you know what I mean? Now we're playing this 4-4. We're playing this diamond. You never mentioned this. And everything just becomes more of a mess. And that's where it becomes a bit of a concern. So I don't know what do you think from that perspective? Because
no, I mean the question that I have for Arne Slot is what kind of PowerPoint presentation he showed to Isak, Wirtz, Ekitike, and Frimpong and Kerkers. And then they showed up here, and then you playing a whole total style of football that they are comfortable with. So right now he has Wirtz going, and it has nothing to do with the 4-4-2 diamond. We played 4-2-3-1 at West Ham, and we saw playing through Wirtz, him being a number 10, getting the ball and leaving the striker up top. It worked.
Yeah.
It worked. Yeah, it was elementary. It was basic as hell. But guess what? It worked because we were on a free fall. Then the next match, this brother decided that, Salah is going to come in, so let's play for the outside forwards. And even though we were trying to, quote unquote, look for Wirtz, we couldn't find him because guess what? We playing for the outside forwards, which is Gakpo and Salah. Whether Gakpo is in by himself or Salah is in by himself, we playing for that people. So a lot of times when people say, we play for Salah or we play for Gakpo, I believe what they're trying to say is we're playing for the outside forward. You cannot play for outside forward when you have Ekitike and Isak in the team or even with the Wirtz. You're supposed to play through Wirtz. And if Wirtz is not playing, you could go play through McAllister or Szoboszlai. So you have 3 players that you could actually play through them. Of course, all of them have levels of how good they are. Cool. But you can't be playing if the team that we have plus the system the manager is trying to implement is totally 2 separate things. And that's the problem. And people figure this out quick. Like first match against Szoboszlai, first match against Bournemouth, it was apparent. Against Newcastle, you saw it. And then we got against Burnley. Arsenal, I think it was the best match we played. And of course, they will wake up for that. So right now, the 4-4-2 diamond, yes, is good because we've seen a lot more of the number 10. But what he needs to do is go back to 4-2-3-1, tack in the wingers, and then play through them. And the players also have to be comfortable to pass the ball to Wirtz when he said, I want it. It doesn't matter if there's 3 guys around him. The problem is people are holding. See, okay. I have a lot of friends who text me and say, who keep saying, you have good players, but they are useless. Wirtz is on a whole different level of how the game is played. Not that he's better than all of them. It's just the where he's envisioned the game is different from our players. He wants a one quick pass touch, fast, move the ball. But we got players who are what's the name? Curtis is doing the same thing that Szoboszlai would do. Do the same thing that Szoboszlai is doing the same thing that Gravenberg is doing. McAllister is doing the same thing that all the other 3 guys are doing. So when Wirtz passed the ball, all these guys are trying to recycle instead of doing a one quick touch back to him. And I'll give you one example. I think it was the first match that Isak played. And it was Isak, Wirtz, Ekitike. I think it was against Chelsea. And they were right in front of Chelsea's, it was 2 seconds. Bam. They were right there. I was like, this is the style he wants to play. Pass and move, which is Liverpool style of football.
Yep.
But we get the ball. There should be only one person recycling the football. And the one who does the best is Curtis.
I agree.
Everybody else is, as soon as I give you the ball, pass it right back. Hold it on if you don't have anybody to give it to. And that's the problem where we are right now. And the way I see things, we are still in preseason because that preseason was the most unprepared preseason I've seen ever. We didn't do nothing. People just showed up just to get their fitness up. So even now, look at the West Ham match. They could not even string 2-3 passes together. Even the Brighton match, same thing. Right? Inter, we just played solid defense. We were able to hold them to one shot on target, and that was a world-class header from Martinez. So they got a week. Let's see what they come up with. Because on Saturday, on Saturday, it's going to be peak. It has to be a W.
I don't think he can go back to 4-2-3-1 right now because of the Gakpo injury.
No, you can't. That's why I say you have to be. It's unsustainable with the 4-4-2 diamond, right? You put in too much pressure on all your players to play at once. One goes down, and it's like, oof.
I'm really intrigued though because
he can. You got Rio on the bench. How did we get Trent?
I don't think. No, I don't think there's as much as I would like. I can't say a word where he does it. He barely threw him on with 2-0 down against Nottingham Forest. This is a manager that's got so much stubbornness and naivety in him. And also, I think you mentioned about Curtis Jones. I think Curtis Jones could actually be a real future for the club because I think I compare him to Vitinha in the way he can be a tempo setter. So, he can slow down the ball. He can speed up the ball. He can also get the ball out to the areas that he needs to. He's very good at, he's very press resistant.
Yes.
I actually think defending-wise, he isn't too bad. The only thing I would say about Curtis Jones is he needs to add more goals and assists to his game because I think he actually has it in his locker.
Right.
But I just think he needs to get more forward in those areas. But... yeah, you are right about the midfielders because McAllister looks like he's Fabinho 2.0. Gravenberch is either looking fantastic or he goes on a bit of a run where he's not being fantastic. No, the midfield is a concern, mate. And I feel like with a 4-2-3-1, we need a proper 6. Get me an Adam Morton who can spray the ball instead of having to be always Virgil van Dijk. And also with a 6, they can sweep like a Fabinho, cover the fullback areas. So when we actually look a bit more organised on the fullbacks, because the fullbacks look a mess. Because whoever's playing at right back or left back, sometimes they're like looking at each other. It's like, when do I go forward? There's like no communication. It's like, what are they learning in the training pitch? Because everything just looks like a mess. It's like they know what to do, but it's like they don't know when to do it.
Right.
Because they're looking at other teammates and be like, right, when are you going to do your role? Because it just seems like everyone's so confused. And I feel like that's where Salah came out with that frustration.
Yeah, I mean, the Salah frustration didn't make sense to me. I understand that you're a superstar, you're on the bench. Cool. That part I get. That it doesn't mean I agree. I get. If I'm the best on your squad and I'm on the bench for so long, I will question it, whether it's rightful so or not, right? But the manager has been playing for, like I said, for the outside forwards, Gakpo and Salah. He kept playing them. Salah never complained. You cannot tell me everybody who was complaining that Salah was on the bench 3 games in a row were the same people who say, yes, Salah has not been playing well. Maybe we should bench him for a little bit and have Chiesa get a run at it. The question is, why did they become frustrated that the manager was benching him? Because if you ask everybody who supports Salah, will say, yeah, he needed to be benched. Okay, he's been benched. Now, why are you upset, right? The problem was you have Ekitike, you got Isak, you got Wirtz. They are the future of the club. Gakpo needed to learn how to play as a winger, not as a outside or inside forward, whatever they call it these days. The system did not work. He came up with a system that we beat Frankfurt, 5-1. I didn't think it was nice going forward, but defensively it was in shambles, right? But he needed to try something new, but he keeps going back to the something that wasn't working.
And this is where, for me, you could be tactically a great coach, tactically a great manager, but if you've got stubbornness or naivety and an ego about you, you're never going to make it, because eventually that will sink into your tactics. It will eventually.
Yeah, we've seen Amorim.
It's like coronavirus. It will eventually spread into you to the point where it will override you. Yep. And I feel like that's very much, been the case.
So his problem was, you could have do the 4-4-2 or even the 4-2-3-1. You want Salah to play so much. Put Salah as a number 10. He could play behind the striker. He's done it before.
Yeah.
I think the reason why they all struggle is the message from day one was not properly set. The manager did not have a solid message for the rest of the squad and said this. Everybody showed up and said, yeah, we're going to win everything. There was no plan. If you remember when Virgil came back from injury, the year that they had their training camp in Austria, the stories that was coming out is they all got together because the previous year, that was the year that Alisson basically saved us with the goal, right? They said this could be the last one, so we going for everything. So the squad together and the managers knew what they were going for. It was a collective plan. Everything is we Thanos, we collecting everything. I think this year the manager was so excited that he got all these new players, all these new shiny toys, and he had no plan. And he thought that, all I have to do is Isak is way better than Nunes. I just have to just plug it. He was just doing plug and play. And let's play the same way before. Right? That's why a lot of people are saying Isak is not playing well. Look how well Ekitike is playing out of his skin right now. You know how crazy it is that as he's playing out of his skin, the other guy could just start scoring 1 or 2 goals, and Ekitike's everything he did, we'll be forgetting. That's how crazy it is. reason why Ekitike, which is a good thing for Liverpool, because the other guy is 50-50 goal scorer compared to everybody else. You give him 5 chances, he will score 2. The problem is we haven't fed him or Ekitike. So the manager didn't have a plan. That's why I said the preseason. Look at the preseason. It's like everybody was all over the place. There was not a plan. Jurgen Klopp preseason, you knew what he was going to do. First game, I'm going to give all the kids, time to shine. And then I will select those players and they will join the actual team that is going on the preseason tour. So he's not going to bring everybody and everybody's no. And then there was planned. And the crazy thing is the previous year, he did it. He did it very well. And he didn't even have all his players. He had 75% of his players were all either in Copa America or Gold Cup or, Euro, right? So he didn't have his old players. And he had a great preseason. That's where I myself also say, okay, I see his philosophy. Okay, this guy might know what he's doing. But this year, it was like, what are we doing? Everybody's all over the place. There was no plan. There was like nothing. And then you could see it from the beginning of the season. What happens?
We collapse.
Everything collapsed.
Do you know what else as well? Like with him, is he's probably treated it like Football Manager because he just thinks like you said about the Nunes thing, and also. The one difference between our attack from last year and this year is the press. There's no one that can press. Gakpo can't press. Ekitike can barely.
Even him that has so much energy that kind of reminds people of Nunes. He can press. Isak is not that type of player. So at what point did the manager not see this and say, like I said, the PowerPoint, what did you show them? You didn't show them they have to press. I promise you that Vert is a pressing demon, but how well is he pressing now? Now he's getting better. The last couple of games, you could see he's doing better. But there was no plan. If he had a plan, I promise you, we will not be far off, even if we have a couple of losses. The idea was everybody knew there was going to be growing pains. You have brand new. We bought too many players at once. It was fun. I loved it, but I kept on my show. I kept saying it. And that's why everybody said, let Diaz go. I said, I understand why people are talking about Diaz, but there's too many players. Bringing Rodrigo in, you got Isak, it's fun. It looks good that's FIFA type of stuff, but they have to gel, and they're not going to gel in one summer or that 3 weeks preseason that they do it. It would take a whole year for them to gel. But the problem is the manager did not have a plan. His system was, I'm going to plug up, I lost Jota, God bless his soul. I lost Nunes, I lost Diaz. But I got players who are technically better than them. So he was just going to plug and play. So, okay, let's go again. By you doing that, Szoboszlai wasn't going to sacrifice himself again for Salah. And Konate definitely didn't want to babysit anybody anymore. That's where all this sabotage, somebody mentioned it. Him and what's the name? Virgil was sabotaged. Konate was tired. He's like, bro, I did it for Trent under Klopp. I did it under you. You want me? Trent is gone, and you still want me to babysit? Nah, brother, I'm tired. And look how he performs when he doesn't have to babysit.
This is where you're speaking facts about the plans, because what are the actual plans? Because what if we want to sign Gahey and Semenyo, what are they going to be asking?
Oh, brother, I have a question. Has anybody seen Gahey play a system like Liverpool?
Nope.
So why do people think that he's just going to come in and take Konate's part and then everything's going to be fine? Playing the same style of football that Konate is exposed to.
Because if you look
go ahead.
Because if you look how Palace actually sets up, they actually have a good structure.
Yep.
Their midfield is actually compact, so it actually protects the centre backs.
Yes.
Are our centre backs protected?
Nope.
I mean, barely. Their fullbacks are actually well set up. Are ours well set up? Nope. And also, is the actual back line actually good right now within the goalkeeper, Dean Henderson, Lacroix, Gahey? They're a well-organized, structured team. They can sit deep if they want to. They can play expansive if they want to. You know, because they've been through the checks in how to get the system correct. And this is where, you know, what's Gahey going to say to this? Because people are acting like we're signing Prime Maldini, we're signing Prime Ronaldinho with Semenyo. I'm like, yes, Semenyo, I think, will naturally improve the team because I think he'll have that press. He can be, you know, it's not just over reliant on Florian Wirtz. You know, he can be direct like Luis Diaz was. But he's not going to be able to fix the right-hand side. And is Gahey going to be a help protect the midfield? No, because he's a centre-back. So we're still going to have 3-4 problems. Like, I just think a lot of people think it's a quick fix. You know, there's problems all over the pitch. And I think, you know.
I mean, if you get Semenyo and get Gahey and you play 4-2-3-1 without asking Gravenberch to go score, the problem is half fixed. Because Gravenberch's supposed to, I mean, recently, Gravenberch, you see him sitting, he's at the bottom part of the diamond, right? So he sits there a little bit longer. But still, I still see him bombing forward, and Curtis is the one who, well, Curtis starts the game. He's always dropping in with the center backs and get the ball and then try to move it, which is working, right? But still, if you have Semenyo and Gahey, you can play that system that we've been playing, that leave the center back exposed. That style of football, it's gone, man. Klopp and Pep Guardiola were the two managers who took it to a whole different level where everybody was running at a crazy speed. Hard work. These players don't want to do that, man. They want to play till they're 40. Why am I going to be... And this is the part where people need to understand also. Isak is not there to run like Darwin Núñez, people. He's not there to be running like Bobby Firmino. Isak's job is give me the ball in the box and get out of my way.
Facts.
This is the context of why people don't understand of football players. We're so used to Bobby Firmino, Mo Salah, and Mane, and the engine of Gini Henderson and Milner and Fabinho, that they think that football is only played like that. No, it's not. You don't tell Lewandowski to be running from all the way up there to come defend to get the ball and then run all the way over there. That's what I'm saying. Even what Ekitike is doing is unsustainable.
Exactly, because you have to think, right? At some point, because there's barely any pressers in the team, eventually some of these guys are going to go down. Wirtz, we've seen, there's been a few times I've watched him, I think, yeah, he's going to go down any minute here. Ekitike will go down. And you actually mentioned a really good point about Ekitike not so long ago, on the Ekitike thing. I feel sorry for him a little bit because I do feel like he could be the Alvarez of us where he leaves in 2 years. You know, because he's got so much potential. And I feel like Isak obviously is the fan favourite out of the two.
Yeah.
Liverpool obviously going to put more eggs in that basket because he did cost you 125 million as opposed to Ekitike.
And he is the better finisher.
Yep.
You know, that's the problem. That's what the problem is on the manager. How you can feed Isak? It's not even just Isak problem. It's also a Ekitike problem. Ekitike should not be running around doing marathons. That makes no sense, bro. We've been begging for strikers like that for I don't know how long, and we got him, and we can. Oh my jeez.
The last good strikers we had was a decade ago when we had Luis Suarez.
Suarez and Torres.
Yeah. So the fact that we've actually got two now, we're not even using them. You know, in the Nottingham Forest game, Kirk has had more shots than Isak.
68 minutes, he touched the ball 13 times. And the only reason why he touched it more than once is because he dropped in to fight with a center midfielder to touch the ball.
Like, my left back shouldn't be having more shots than my striker.
Oh, my God. And that's the reason why our midfield and our defense is struggling. Because if you have a player like Haaland has established himself like, Okay, fine, don't give me the ball. But when I get the ball, I'm scoring. Because guess what? The ball will come. The problem with Liverpool is the ball never comes.
Nope.
The last game that City played against Crystal Palace, he never touched the ball almost the whole time, first half, and then they gave him a one good pass and he scored. Because the center backs knows this guy's deadly, so they are always on edge. The problem is our strikers has not been fed so much that the other team center backs are like, yeah, they're never gonna get the ball. Sunderland's manager said, our center backs were so relaxed. They were surprised that there were no pressure on them. After that, I didn't want to.
That's another thing. I shouldn't have other managers coming out and saying that. Do you know how embarrassing that is?
Brother.
Like, we signed a striker to get less than 5 touches. And do you know the touches? They're not even touches in the box.
They're touching it outside the center circle. You don't have... Okay. What game do we just play? Brighton, right? That was the first time I seen Ekitike drop, our striker drop, but didn't cross the line and got the ball. I was doing a watch along with Zuberi, and he was getting mad at me because I was like, why is Isak? That was the game against Chelsea. I was like, why is Isak dropping all the way past the center circle to touch the ball? He was like, well, he has to do that. I said, he doesn't. The number 10 supposed to do that. Isak needs to stay there because the number 10 gets the ball and launch it to him. That's how you keep their center backs back. And when their center back is a little bit further back, guess what? Their midfield has to also come in because otherwise there will be a big gap between their midfield and their center backs. So guess what? Their team starts to go back a little bit. But this thing of a false 9 tricking a center back to come in so that we create a space for the number 10 or, Soboslai, who's supposed to be the number 8. Bro, that football, it does not exist anymore. That was Pep. Even Pep doesn't play that anymore. It's
peak, man. It's so peak. Like
it's dark. It's dark. But I will see what he does against another struggling manager. It's probably called El Saco. But the thing that I said, I've seen something that I like. Enter. I saw the energy. I saw the fight. I like that. Right? Clean sheet. I like clean sheet. Against Brighton. Brighton is a problem. The problem with them is they are not consistent enough. They can create at any time. They are quick in transition. We got a clean sheet. I like it. But they had some chances. One thing that I like is the passes through the midfield is getting better.
Yeah, I agree.
That opens up for the strikers to be dangerous. Hence, Ekitike was so dangerous all the time. One thing that people say, well, but Brighton, I expected Brighton to play well. They didn't play well. They didn't play well because we did not allow them to play well. Right? Ekitike's first goal, guess what? It's our press. As much as we scream that we don't press that well, it's our press that created that pressure for the center back. He didn't even look where he was kicking the ball. He just blasted the ball in the air, and Joey was at the right place at the right time. Guess what? Ekitike, striker, and a predator. That's where striker needed to be, and he was right there. And then his goal was just beautiful, right? The same thing is with what's the last time? Oh, it's Leeds. Same thing. They made a bad pass. People don't understand the hard thing for the goal was not easy. The first goal that Ekitike scored against Leeds was not easy. First, this is what I love about this kid. His first touch was to calm the ball down. The second touch is to position himself where the goalkeeper was like, snap. He could go left or right. Even though he was on the left side, the goalkeeper, that's why the goalkeeper didn't come out, because he knew it was like a penalty kick. He could go left or right. that is a striker right there. Like his first touch to stabilize the ball. Second one was to position himself. And the third one is like he didn't blast it. He just caressed the ball into the net. Same thing with the goal. That was a hard goal. If I don't want to bring his name back, if it was Nunez, he'll be killing birds, right? And Isak's goal against West Ham, that's a world-class goal. It was just a pass. He didn't blast it. He didn't do anything that, like, simple.
And that's the frustration.
It's like simple stuff. The game against Southampton, Chiesa, he presses the ball hard. He could have shot it, but he's like, nah, striker. Simple. The goal that Ekitike and Isak scored was not an amazing goal. If you want to give credit, you give credit to the guy who passed them the ball. But as a striker, I'm a tapping merchant all day, every day. So if the manager can bring the players to that level of comfortability, we're going to be a problem. The thing is, already teams are looking at this like, oh, shoot, they started winning again. Because you don't want, as much as we are shit, no team wants to see Liverpool playing well. There's no team on this planet, anywhere else, all the way to Mars and Jupiter, want to see Liverpool playing good. That's why a lot of us are saying this manager has to go. You bring Enrique into this squad, all he's doing is building discipline. That's it. He's just gonna discipline them, and then it'll be a scary sight. So, Richard Hughes, Michael Edwards, we're watching you guys.
You mentioned about the strikers. Like, it is sad because we're not playing to Isak's strength at all. Yeah. At all. Like, I think Isak's a quality finisher, not just a footballer, but a quality finisher. And surely it would just be common sense to play it to him instead of just... Because it feels like, for me, Cody Gakpo, like, genuinely, if I'd never watched Liverpool before, I would have thought Cody Gakpo was our star summer signing in the attack. With the amount of times we're over-reliant on him when it comes to the crossing, when it comes to the shots, when it comes to just being overplayed to use him. You know, you'd think Cody Gakpo was the player that we spent 125 million on, not Alexander Isak. Do you know?
Yeah.
And do you know one thing about Slot is about the whole thing, you know, with the whole squad right now, is he's not even taking accountability in the press conferences when it comes.
That's why I lost it. Why are you talking about Tete and his set pieces? Why don't you worry about you defending? You see what I mean? Why are you complaining about what? Is it illegal? Focus on your squad.
He just
coming up with stats that has nothing to do with your squad. Focus on your squad. I stopped listening to his press conference because I know I was going to get triggered.
It's like even the Jacob Murphy comment was like, oh, come on.
I think that was a dig at Salah.
I think he was a dig at everybody, from being truthfully honest.
Because he's saying we don't have any. You are the manager. If you see your players not passing to your superstar, do something about it.
What triggered me was when he said I was glad to be at the League Cup.
Oh. And he said it again recently. Saying, I can't imagine what would I do. I have only 13 players. I can't imagine if we were still in the League Cup. I'm like,
maybe you could.
He doesn't learn. He doesn't learn. That's why I'm not. That's why I'm not. Even if he wins the league, one part of me is gonna be like, if you could get Enrique, Enrique. You know what I mean? Thank you. You've done well. You won the league. You won the Champions League. Hey, we're moving on.
Yeah, you gone.
Because he's not one of those people who learn. Last year, you thought he did. When he makes a mistake, he fixes it right away. Sometimes in the game or the next match. Now it's like he's making jokes about it. Like, bro, it's not funny.
It's like in a press conference, someone asked him, "How did you sleep?" and all this. It's like it's not a Q&A. Like it's not like you know what? I'll be fearful if he won the Champions League. I feel like he could become even more arrogant. He'd be like, "I proved you lot all wrong. Look at me now. I've got a Champions League. Hold that and all that." And I feel like he just gets so arrogant. I feel like he could get even worse if he actually won the Champions League. Do you know? A bit like Arteta if he wins a trophy. You know?
Oh, that's why I said we can't allow football to die for Arsenal to win the trophy. We have, and I'm not even at the point where I'll be like, Manchester United go win the trophy, which I would never be.
No, never.
Which I would never be. So City. Yeah, I think if you come to Anfield, I might have to do a Stephen G when Stephen G did it to Man U when we played Chelsea once, where he gave a bad pass. He scored an own goal, actually. He scored. I would do that. There's no way we can have Arsenal win this league, man. People, we can't. I don't think they will, because I think Pep knows how to hunt. One thing that he knows.
It's like I can't even stand Everton to win a trophy. Everton have never won a trophy in my lifetime, so I need it to stay like that. 1995 and that. I just think it's so frustrating because, like, I know what this team can do. I know what the signings can do. And it's like we could literally be planning 21. And that's why, a lot of people were slot out straight away because they knew what this whole he was about. And you know what? Like you said, man, if he wins a Champions League or a Prem, maybe still get rid. If Luis Enrique is even slightly available, I'm taking the risk and I'm running.
Oh, yeah. Try it. There will be no, if they don't, I will be questioning them people. If they cannot say, "Oh, we tried and PSG didn't allow it," or Enrique don't want to move. But if he gives you that twinkle in the eye, the love and feeling, and say, "I can come to Liverpool," and you don't try, oh my God. I love Edwards more than anybody else, but I'll be on his neck. People, he's not going to leave PSG. Why not? What's that for him now at PSG? As soon as he won the Champions League, it was a wrap. The league is not what they want. From day one, they always wanted the Champions League, right? So if he's already won that, there's nothing else he can do at PSG. He can win that league with his eyes closed. So get him. Can you imagine he comes to England? That's a new challenge. 2 things he has to do: win the league and win the Champions League with an English team. And if he does that, he's not far off Pep Guardiola. The only difference between he and Pep Guardiola is Pep Guardiola has the volume. But if he comes to Liverpool, wins the Champions League, and Pep still has 1 Champions League, and he wins the league,
yeah, it's long.
He's not far off Pep, where we're talking about the best managers in the world.
I believe he's the best manager in the world right now. I don't know if you would agree.
Oh, yeah. No, I agree with that. Until the end of the season. But right now, yes, he is. Because what he did for Dembele, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy. This is a player that everybody had basically said, yeah, he's over. He's a wash. Exactly. I like Rev Knight. That's a very good point right now. If Isak had, oh my God. People don't understand. That's why I keep saying Isak is not here to be running around like what they call it, the night, what they used to call Nunes, chaos. That's not his job, and that's not even what's the name Ekitike's job. Ekitike is doing that to survive. That's the only way he can play. If Ekitike don't play the way he's playing, he's not getting any playing time. And that's why I keep telling people he's playing out of his skin, because all it takes is for Liverpool to figure out Isak. And I'm sorry, Ekitike is not started. He will start because he's better than Gakpo right now. So he could play on the left side. And that's if he's willing to play on the left side.
I don't think he is.
Right now, he's just, the guy is fighting for his life right now. People don't understand. And I love it because guess what? That, at least if one is not firing, the other one has to fire, all right?
You see, the thing is, I actually think personally, you're going to see more players fall out with the manager very soon. I already think some of them are. I don't buy into this nonsense that are all fully behind him. Because you think about it now, what's just happened with Mo Salah? They're not going to allow anything to get out to the media now. Nope. They're not going to allow anything to get out to the media. You saw, I think Salah got asked to do the mix zone the other day. He was like, no. Twice in a week. No, I can't be doing that. They're going to be strict on people now. So I think when it comes to that side of things, I think, you know what? I think the club they love Arne Slot more than they let on.
Well, this is the thing. They didn't want to show play. One thing Liverpool don't ever want to do is give player power. They would do it undercover, but they're not going to make it look like that because it doesn't. We are not Manchester United, Chelsea. I mean, Chelsea had to buy a whole new squad to get away from player power. City, you're not going to see player power because Pep is not going to allow it. Arsenal, they did the same thing as Chelsea did the same thing as Arsenal did. They have a new manager, and the owner said, "We're going. Arteta is our power." Liverpool, we have always established ourselves that no one is bigger than the club. We sent Suarez into the academy to go train by himself. So this was a chance for them to prove that, yeah, brother, you're not going to do that. Hence the reason why we said, Salah, you should have kept your mouth shut. When he showed player power, the hierarchy came down real fast. And they supported the manager over him. If he had kept his mouth shut, I even believe that they would have fired him.
You think they would have?
It was getting dark, man. Remember, who are we just played? Leeds. And the 2 go up. 3-2. And the manner they scored the third goal is diabolical. It's unforgivable. It's on the same level as Manchester United's goal.
I genuinely think they're going to wait till the end of the season.
No, right now they will. And
unless it gets really bad again.
Yes, right now they will. But at the time where Salah opened his mouth, it was getting dark.
And that's the only thing, man. I wish, if you look at it from that point of view, I just wish he would have kept his mouth shut and didn't
because everybody was in agreement that the manager had it went from 20% to 50% to 60%. By the time Salah spoke, it was 80%. Anfield was getting empty, booing. It was starting to get dark, especially on that side where the owners would be like, okay, Anfield has spoken. They don't listen to social media. But they will listen to what Anfield crowd will say. Empty stadium before the end of the match. A little bit of boo. Yeah, you got to go, brother.
Yeah. I mean, because obviously I know you're very short of time. How do you see the next couple of games playing out with our fixtures? Because Tottenham, Wolves, Leeds again. Do you think we pick up 9 points?
I think we'll pick up minimum 7 points.
I think I've got a feeling we're going to win 9. We're going to pick up 9 points.
I think we will. I think that's the whole thing. That's why I agree with you. Say that he will be here. Big up yourself. What's it? Auntie funny name. That's why I said the manager. I agree with you that the manager is not going anywhere. I've said it before. I said after seeing what they did with Brighton, Inter, he's not going anywhere. So, yeah, man, I think he's staying. But in the summer, I think this is what I felt this whole Salah situation happened. They're going to use him to get Salah out, and then they will get him out.
Yeah, I can see it from that perspective.
I think that's what they're going to do. They're going to get him to get Salah out, and then they're going to get him out. So that's why the only hope I have is Enrique right now. And right now, that's the agenda. Get me Enrique.
Do you know the worst thing is how we think Liverpool will win the next 3? That will be 8 games unbeaten. He'll be 8 games unbeaten.
Hey.
I know we don't want Liverpool to lose to get him out. If he goes and wins the next 3, he's 8 unbeaten.
That's what I said. At the end of the season, the only way I change my mind is if Virgil is holding either the EPL or the Champions League. And even that one, I would change my mind if I know I've said it. I'll just keep it at that. I won't add any more speculation. If we win the Champions League or the league, yeah, stay. But other than that, I don't care. However long they're going to take to get him out, it's on them. But as you can see, the man behind me, I'm in the dark side. Until then, big up yourself, Christopher.
I mean, this is an interesting one. We got our next 4 games are the 3 I said plus Fulham. We got Arsenal after that. If we win the next 4 before we play Arsenal, 10 points behind, I'll be back in the race. You think we will be back in the race?
If we win the next 9?
Next 4 games.
We'll be in the top 4.
Because I think if we win the next 5, Arsenal is in the next 5. If
Arsenal drop any points, we are back in the title race.
Oh, this is what I mean. I don't want to get sucked back in because it's like...
No, I'm ready to get myself hurt again.
You know what? If you're ready to get yourself hurt, I'll join you on the...
I want to get myself hurt. I mean, for Liverpool, I'll do anything for Liverpool. You know, that's why I say I'm an LFC. I'm not a player FC or manager FC. I love Klopp just like anybody else. I campaign for Klopp. But when he started messing up, I was like, okay, it's time for you to go. But this is the EPL. It's crazy. There's been only 2 teams who have kept consistent football, and that's Liverpool and City. And funny thing, they are the only 2 clubs that have won the league in the last 8, 9 years. Yeah. Because what will happen is City will putting pressure on Arsenal. Arsenal will buckle. When Arsenal buckle, their fall tends to take a long time before they recover. If Liverpool gets a consistent playing, winning, not drawing, I'd rather lose than drawing. Bro, we'll be right there. Chelsea, you see, now they want the manager out. He's also feeling the pressure. He's talking out of turn right now. So I don't want to say it's dark, but there is a speck of light that if Arsenal, you saw the way they played against Wolves, and people be like, oh, that's our champion. No. It's not sustainable. The way Arsenal is playing right now is not sustainable. You see, with us we will play well, it's just the team will be stubborn. And then we find a way to win.
They are dropping points as well.
You see what I'm saying? If Arsenal let's say Arsenal drop 5 points. We are 6 points behind. Wait, no, about 4 or 5 points right behind them. And you go to Emirates in February, you come out with a 3 point. Oh, I don't want to think about the ifs until it gets there. But if City can keep putting pressure on Arsenal, they will fumble. If City keep pressure on Arsenal, they will fumble. And that will give us a light because City is also not sustainable. They are not consistent as they used to be. So this thing is not over. It's over in March.
I just think if we somehow find the heart and the courage to win the next 4. Tottenham, Wolves, Leeds, and Fulham, and go into that Arsenal game less than 10-point gap, because I do think they will drop points again in the next 4. Then plus if you beat them, you close the gap even more. But for me to think about a title race, you have to go and win the next 4. You drop points, forget it.
Clean sheet, clean sheet, clean sheet, clean sheet, clean sheet. And so far, every time we win, we're winning with a clean sheet. So if we can keep doing clean sheet, top 4 is not a problem. I know people are worried about top 4 is not a problem. When we get there, top 4 is not a problem. Chelsea is not going to be consistent enough. And the other 2 teams are what? Crystal Palace and Sunderland?
Yeah.
Nah. Top 4 is not a problem. Are you worried about Man U? No. The problem is us. Liverpool is the problem.
Yes.
We fixed our problems. Everybody's worried.
That's the thing. Can we do it? Will we do it?
Let's revisit. Let's have another show in the next, what? You said next 3 matches or 4?
Yeah.
All right. The next 4 matches, I come back in here and let's see where we are. If we are 4 out of 4, I'm ready to get hurt again.
Now I will be jumping on the ship.
If we are 4 back in there, I know the probability will be low, but I will be willing to support Liverpool.
It won't be low though, really, because if we win the next 4, Arsenal should have dropped points, and if we beat them, that's cutting the gap to minimum 5.
Yep.
And you think 5 points, you're fancying,
and they have to go to Etihad. Oh my God.
Oh. But we have to do. We need.
That's why I say the problem is not everybody; it's us.
Oh, please, you know what? You've managed to spear some light into me.
Yeah.
You know, we spoke negative. You know, negative for an hour and 30 minutes. You know, so everyone.
Hey, in the out of darkness is the light, right? So let's see. Let's support the boys. We fighting for Liverpool, so let's see what they can do. The manager, like I said, Liverpool is the problem. We fix that, we'll be cooked. But this is the EPL. It has turned more drama than anything else. So let's see where it goes. But thank you so much, people in the chat. I have to chat. Thank you for Footy to have me on the channel. Oh man, what a great show, man. We should do it again. People, thank you so much. Thank you for the new subscribers that I have received. Please get the likes up, man. Get the likes up. That's all we ask. Just the likes. Just the likes, man. Thank you.
Yeah, we're 3 likes away from 30, so.
Yeah, come on, let's get there. Come on, people. Come on.
Do you want to shout out your channel so people can
Yes, please. Thank you so much. Kwesi Bowl TV. I'll be here. I'll be running a show tomorrow. So please check us out. And also, people, when you subscribe, add the notification bell, because YouTube sometimes push shows 2 weeks or 3 weeks later. So if you have the notification bell on, as soon as we go on live, you'll be notified.
Yes.
Because I've been getting a lot of some channels that I follow. They'll be like, "Oh, Liverpool lost to Brentford." I'm like, "Wait, what? That was 3 weeks." So, you know, so yeah, the notification bell is as important as the subscription. So please hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell, and get the likes up, people. Don't worry about the sharing. Just when you hit those 2 things, just
the likes,
and the subscribe and the bell.
Yeah, and also just as long as you're polite in the comments as well, you know, keep.
I don't want you to agree with me. That's too boring. Don't have to agree. Let's just be respectful. That's all.
Yeah, just keep it a buck, and you know, enjoy the chat. I think will ultimately be fun. Do you know?
Yep.
But appreciate you coming on.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you, brother.
Take care of yourself.
I see some of my people in here too. Songs. Rev Knight was in the building. Yeah, man. Big up to all of you guys, man. And the new ones that I've had for my community, man. Thank you so much, man. Big up to you, Footy. I love your channel. Good conversation, man. Thank you.
Yeah, you're always welcome at any time, Quasi.
Appreciate you.
I've been watching you and Ends and everyone.
Thank you.
You know, for me, it's like I want like I don't want to. I think that's a bit cringe if I say that. It's kind of really cool, you know, because like as a young teenager, I was like watching you guys. So, like now to be doing content and doing content with a couple of you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite sick, to be honest.
No, it's good, man, and I'm glad that you are also doing well because that's how it's supposed to be. You know, Irishman used to come on my channel. So Irishman, you got to do your own channel. It's like, nah. Now he's doing his own channel. He's doing very well. 12 men. I started with 12 men. Also Liverpool 12 men, same thing. And it's like the community is growing, and the idea is to have a good debate. You know, we don't have to agree. That makes it boring. You know, we don't. Yeah, but the idea is to show everybody that we all care for Liverpool. You know, we do it in the right way, not the rah, and just to get the subs up to get people happy, you know. So thank you so much. And I'll be here again, man. Just let me know when I can come and support, man.
Yeah, and obviously like vice versa. So I'll definitely repay the favor and
no problem. Thank you.
And hopefully,
next 4 matches. People, book it. Next 4 matches. If we have 12 points in next 4 matches, I'm ready to get hurt. Even though I still want the manager out, I will still be willing to get hurt. That's how football do to you, man. It does not make sense. It's like, how do you want the manager out and you want to win? Because I want Liverpool to win.
Facts. You know? Standards.
Shoot.
It's about the standards, but bless up to everybody in the chat, man. We'll see who's live that we'll give a redirect to.
Yeah, I think next time I want you to show me how to do that redirection because I have no clue.
Yeah, I can definitely show you how to do it. It's quite easy to be fair.
Okay. All right, I gotta jump out. So people, big up to all of you guys, man. Hit the like button. Thank you for the new subscribers and big up to you, Footy.
Yeah, bless up, Quasi, man. Right. Take care of yourself.
All right. Peace.
Big up to everybody in the chat. And let's find someone to redirect. Who is live? Who's live? Smash these likes, chat. Bless up to everybody. Literally, according to nobody on my feed, nobody is live. I don't know. Unfortunately, I don't think we can raid anyone today because for some reason the raiding option just isn't working. It just isn't working. By the way, we're literally 1 sub from 2.5K. If you haven't subscribed, please do, man. Hopefully, we'll get that 1 sub before Christmas. And we'll be on that road to that big 3K, halfway to 5,000, you know. Mad. But no, everybody in the chat, have a good rest of your day. Hope everyone enjoys the football. I think there is some football on tonight. Carabao Cup. I think some Carabao Cups on tonight. Cardiff, Chelsea. I don't know if I'll be watching it. I know tomorrow night you got some stuff. We've got the boxing this weekend. We're going to start posting on the second channel, the Reacts Plus. That's going to be definitely getting into gear this week. So yeah, make sure to definitely keep eyes peeled for that. But no, 30 likes, yes. Come on, everyone, man. Come on. Bless up to all of you, man. Appreciate the mad support, especially over these festivity periods. It's definitely doesn't go unnoticed. But yeah, guys, thank you all so much, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Back-to-back stream today. You've had over what 3.5 hours of content already today. So yeah, bless up to everybody, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Take care and goodbye.